Im, bang, walla walla bing bang. I got like a sneeze coming, bro. It's like the worst kind of sensation you can possibly have as a grown man. So anyway, we got the announcement for the Phase 4, like Phase 4 thing. Yeah, you know, Phase 4, what is it? Wow, I don't know, it's gonna show up here. There we go.
Season of Discovery PTR.
So I wanted to check it out. I am going raw dog here. I didn't read up anything. Okay, I was drinking my coffee, making my bread on my bread maker. I have a bread maker. I'm a grown man. So I guess it's time to check it out. I gotta catch up. Let me turn on my lights. Oh, it was already on. I'm stupid. All right, let's do this, bro. There we go. There you are. You were hiding right there. So Phase 4 is coming out. They got the date, they got the details, they got everything. We're gonna try to check it out right now as soon as we can.
Hi everyone, I'm Clay Stone, Associate Production Director of WoW Classic. Welcome to our Season of Discovery Phase 4 preview. It is time. At long last, we're raising the level cap to 60 and jumping into the endgame. For those of you who have been playing since launch, thank you for going on this journey with us. And to those of you just jumping in, now that the full level of experience is available, you've picked a great time to join us. I also want to give a massive shout out to everyone who has hopped into our first ever Season of Discovery PTR to help us test and tune all of the changes and additions coming to classes. Your feedback has been invaluable in helping us prepare for what's ahead. That said, even though the PTR was focused on classes, we know many of our eagle-eyed players saw hints at the content changes we're making to Endgame. And it's time for...
If the PTR was aimed at classes, how the hell are the classes in this state? Oh my god! If they focused on classes for the PTR, we can only imagine what's gonna happen with the content. Oh lord.
For us to talk about some of those today. So, let's take a look at what we'll be covering. We'll kick things off with content at 60. Then jump into
Cargos PowerPoint.
Followed by some important itemization updates, then dive into world event updates as well as some system updates, and more, which you're definitely going to want to stick around for. All right, so whether you're already familiar with classic era content, or you're experiencing it for the first time with Season of Discovery, or you just want a refresher, raising the level cap to 60 brings with it a ton of new content and things to do, including access to all WoW Classic zones like the Burning Steppes, Eastern and Western Plaguelands, Silithus, and Winterspring. You'll also be able to finally max out your character talent.
Is that a selling point? We can already go to those zones. We were farming Crusader ores at level 40. Oh, please tell me they are not gonna run out of selling points about here.
In addition, the Alterac Valley Battleground will also be unlocked.
Okay, that's a good selling point.
Available to collect, and more. Also...
That's it? That's just bad.
All of the classic dungeons will now be available, including Scholomance, Strathholm, all three wings of Dire Maul, and Blackrock Spire.
That's good.
Because the bosses have stopped spending their time in...
No cap. I am the most hyped. Yes, this is just normal. Wow, all the selling points are just normal vanilla. There's not a single new thing in it. Oh boy. But yeah, okay, like honestly, like the pre-raid vesting slot level 60, I think that's the best part of all of vanilla. When you just hit level 60 and you wanna gear up, that's the peak of vanilla. It only goes downhill from there, and it only goes downhill before that, you know, like, this is what you wanna be. This is the most part of vanilla. Ubers is my favorite dungeon of all time. I love Ubers, it's amazing.
Phase 3
I am hyped for that. I am very hyped for that.
Tavern, the second half of the massive Blackrock Depths dungeon. In addition, there just might be one more dungeon surprise we're not going to talk about today, but we're excited for players to discover. Switching...
Okay. So, they got demons, and these demons... Okay, I know this place. This is in Ashenvale. There's like a chasm in Ashenvale where it's full of these demon guys. There's even the ancients from Ashenvale in there. Oh, we gotta go check that out in the PTR later.
In addition, there just might be one more dungeon surprise we're not going to talk about today, but we're excited
Building up the PTR right now.
Switching gears to a quick note about runes, Since we've had the PTR up for the past few weeks, none of the runes are a complete secret, so we aren't going to be spending a lot of time in this presentation talking about runes or classes. However, we will be posting a rundown of new runes and class adjustments separately from this video, so please check the official World of Warcraft forums for that. Moving on to raids.
Oh, we got patch notes. That's good.
The Molten
I should
Core
have
raid
started
will be
with
scaled
that.
down to 20 players and will contain adjustments to the boss encounters across the 11 bosses for you to take on. Just gonna leave that there. We are very excited for everyone to hop in and get their hands on the brand new revamped Tier 1 sets that now have multiple variants for different specializations and playstyles that each class has access
PTR
to.
is down. God
Tier
damn it.
sets
We
aren't
will
the
never
only
know.
place we've made improvements, with many non-set items also getting a hefty overhaul as well. Lastly, we are excited to announce that we will be having a scalable difficulty system in Molten Core, allowing players to turn up the heat inside and face ever-growing challenges. Some aspects of this system were visible on the PTR, and we've enjoyed listening to speculation and, most importantly, your comments and feedback around this new difficulty system. And
I will give you feedback of the difficulty system in Molten Core in a single sentence, okay? This is the feedback they got immediately as soon as people found out. Please don't put this into the game. That's the feedback. That's the feedback. Are they gonna act on it? No, because you can already see in their PowerPoint that it was hard enough for them to come up with 5 selling points for the face. So they will not take it away. They just gotta put a bullet point in there. They need a bullet point in this face. So sadly, we're gonna have to deal with it. But that was the feedback. That was the feedback they got. Oh boy.
the potential reward structure. As we've been listening to this feedback, we've wanted to let you know that raising the heat level will not affect the quality of rewards. The quality will remain consistent as
that's
the difficulty
good.
goes up.
That's good.
Instead,
I like
it will
that.
increase the quantity of rewards.
I like
making
that.
some of the more valuable drops in the raid appear more often. In general, we don't want to heavily gate the best quality gear behind high difficulty content in Season of Discovery, as we really just don't think that's what the season is about. But if you do want to push yourself, you will find additional challenges and perhaps be able to gear up a tiny bit faster. Onyxia's lair has also seen some significant loot overhauls as well. And while Onyxia has misplaced her stockpile of Tier 2 helms, she is going to have plenty of juicy loot for you to chase in its place. We are also taking a new approach for raid size with Onyxia, as she will ultimately be tuned to be completed with 20 players, but the allowable raid size is up to 40 players.
Oh
We
god.
love 40 player raiding, but we think it ultimately works best as a soda and pretzels type of content. In other words, the same level of difficulty you come to expect from Classic. So, if you are forming a pickup group and want to ensure quick success, you can bring 40 players. But if you are running with your guild, 20 players may make more sense to maximize your rewards. World bosses have had an interesting history in World of Warcraft, particularly in early versions of WoW, where they were hotly contested and created flashpoints for, let's say, interesting player interactions. While we love this intense competition in Classic 2019, one drawback to the content is that due to its limited availability, it tended to be content that most players never got to meaningfully interact with. We aim to make it a bit more accessible in Season of Discovery by instancing the content off and handling it similarly to what we just discussed with Onyxia. The raids will be tuned for 20, but can be done with up to 40 players to make it friendly to both organized groups and pickup groups. Related to these changes, and to talk all things loot, I'll turn it over to our lead engineer on Classic, Nora Valletta. Take it away, Nora.
Thanks, Clay. We're excited to share some of the cool new loot you'll find in Phase 4 of Season of Discovery. First, let's check out some of the new dungeon loot you'll find in Phase 4. We've got Iron Foe, which has had its level increased to 58 and now grants 18 attack power when equipped. Next, we've got
I like
Idol
that.
of Exsanguination, which causes your lacerate ticks to energize you for 5 rage. Totem of the Plains reduces...
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait. What? Huh? Lacerate ticks every 3 seconds. This is 5 rage every 3 seconds? Holy crap! Oh, gee, I'm sure the warrior is gonna be very close to the other tanks, guys. Oh my god.
Exsanguination, which causes your lacerate ticks to energize you for 5 rage. Totem of the Plains reduces the cast time of your Healing Rain spell by 100%. Taking inspiration from players using the 3-piece
That's
set
not a
in
big
Sunken
deal.
Temple for Shamans, we thought it might feel bad to completely lose that set bonus as an option. Having it be a totem you can swap on and off for fights made a lot of sense here. Burst of Knowledge has had its item level increased to 58, its spell power increased, and its active cooldown reduced from 15 minutes down to 5 minutes. Finally, we've got Libram of Holy Alacrity, which causes Holy Shock to reduce the cast time of your next 2 Holy Lights by 0.2
Ooh,
seconds.
Shockadine
Our
stuff, I like
classic
that.
Tier 0 dungeon and Tier 0.5 dungeon upgrade sets have seen a full overhaul as well. In original WoW, a basic dungeon set of 8 items dropped in max level dungeons, and an epic quest chain was introduced in later patches to upgrade those items into a higher quality version of that set. In Season of Discovery, this is still true, but the upgrade quest chain will be available right at the launch of Phase 4, and each class is now able to choose between multiple dungeon upgrade set items that accommodate multiple class specializations as they move through the quest chain. While you will have to choose which variation of each set you want during the quest line, the other variants will be obtainable via gold and other means once the quest chain is complete, so you will have access to every set for your class if you want to try them all.
They
These
look
sets were
hideous,
testable
bro.
on the PTR, and we've
I
had
mean,
a blast
it's
watching
okay.
people get
I
excited
like it,
about
though. I
both
like the
new
idea.
stats and appearances of these sets as well. But what about raid loot? Here's a quick look at a few of the items from Molten Core. First up, we've got an awesome looking elemental shaman shield called Earth and Fire. Looks similar to the rank 14 PvP
It doesn't
shield,
do
but
anything.
with a distinct new color variation.
This
We've
is
got
not
Magnadar's
exciting.
right and left claw, which
Okay, this
allows
is
you to summon
exciting.
Corehounds to aid you in
Ooh.
combat. The 3 set bonus actually allows you to transform into Magnadar for a brief period of time. But how about Faithbringer, a 2-handed
What, man? You don't oil up your face before a presentation, you weirdo? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
paladin weapon for healing? Or Key to the City, a caster staff from Onyxia? Finally, Obsidian Edgeblade, which has been changed from a +8 to 2-handed swords to a +3. We've added 1% crit with those stats and made it just a tad slower. Our dungeon sets won't be the only color variations you'll see in Phase 4. Here are some of the cool Tier 1 color variations we've got coming soon. Next, why don't we spend a few minutes talking about world events? The Blood Moon is not seeing any major adjustments for Phase 4 and will not be a vector for new items or player power, but it will continue to happen on its normal timer. We wanted to mention this because we are nearing level 60, which means that players will soon have access to the highest level PvP rewards, and many players will be ranking up to get them. In order to help with the honor gain process, we're introducing a new Blood Moon currency in Phase 4. When the new currency is introduced, Bloodstained Commendations will have had their cost reduced from 1 silver coin to 25 copper coins. We envision Blood Moon carrying on as an evergreen supplement to the normal PvP honor ranking process. If you'd like to interrupt your BG queues for a bit of quick, chaotic world PvP, my favorite, you and your group can venture into Stranglethorn Vale during the Blood Moon and supplement your honor farm. Next, we're making some significant adjustments to Nightmare Incursions, shifting the mission quests over to a simpler daily quest format. We really love the overall theming of Nightmare Incursions, but think these adjustments will help make them feel like an optional supplement to normal leveling, rather than the be-all, end-all leveling activity for all new characters. As a result of this format change, we are also planning to tone down the difficulty of some of the creatures within Nightmare Incursions.
She stares into your soul. It's like when you move, she follows you. You ever seen that painting by the Italian guy in the French museum? I feel like I'm on drugs.
Incursions to make these quests a bit more solo-friendly. The experience gained from these activities will cap out at level 53 as well, but the quests will remain available through level 60, should you desire to earn a reputation. Overall, we learned a lot of great lessons for Nightmare Incursions, which we plan on carrying forward for any potential future events. And speaking of future events, for Phase 4's outdoor event, we've taken a few of the lessons learned from previous events and are applying them to a new, more lightweight outdoor event, the Black Rock Eruption. This event will occur every 2 hours and see additional spawns, daily quest content, opportunities for reputation gain, and increased honor rewards from World PvP. Outside of
Yeah, so this is literally STV again.
Black Rock Mountain, the forces of the Fire Lord are wreaking havoc. Join the Thorium Brotherhood in repelling these attacks with new daily
Oh, they put STV rep on it too, huh?
quests to help grow your reputation with the Thorium Brotherhood and earn quicker access to powerful crafting recipes and other rewards. Inside the mountain, you'll find your blood is running extra hot, causing you to gain bonus honor only within the mountain itself. As for reputation, we are adding brand new upgraded versions of the existing crafted rewards from Thorium Brotherhood, Argent Dawn, Timbermaw Hold, and Hydraxian Waterlords. We've also got some really cool for fun items that allow you to teleport to Ajara, lay a fire resist area of effect that your allies can stand in, or turn you into a water elemental. You'll be able to place these for fun items on your keyring, saving you some valuable bag space. Anyways, I've got some rep to farm, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass things off to our senior producer, Josh Greenfield, who'll be happy to share some of our upcoming systems updates.
Oh, that's the guy from
Thanks,
the King
Nora.
of Queens.
Going
I've
into
seen that
phase
show.
4, we've made a few significant system updates we're excited to share. First up, we took a lot of the lessons we've learned from the Wild Offerings currency and have expanded on that system with a new deterministic currency we're calling Tarnished Undermine Reals. You can start earning these coins from most non-rare spawn dungeon bosses over level 55, and each boss will drop a single currency for each player in the group once per day per boss. This currency can be used to purchase a variety of things, such as rare crafting recipes, crafting materials, powerful gear, as well as a variety of other valuable items. We've gotten a lot of feedback from players asking for ways to keep dungeon content relevant longer, and this is one way we're looking at keeping dungeon runs feeling rewarding at level 60. We're also particularly excited about a brand new feature to World of Warcraft Classic, a twice weekly raid lockout system. One bit of feedback we got early on was that 3-day lockouts on raids was difficult for guild leaders to manage due to the inconsistency of when reset days occurred. In Sunken Temple, we moved the lockout to weekly to add a bit more stability, but we always wanted to revisit this to see if there was a way for us to provide the increased cadence and content availability that the 3-day lockout provided, but with a bit more stability and predictability to help with better raid planning. The twice weekly lockout accomplishes this by having raids using this lockout interval reset twice a week on static reset days. For example, in North America, twice weekly raids will reset on Tuesday and Saturday mornings. We plan to use this lockout interval for all of the raids in Phase 4.
I
We
like
feel
this.
that with the pace of Season of Discovery, this
I
is a
hope it
great
doesn't
step
take 2
forward
hours to do
allow
Molten
you to
Core,
raid
though.
more if you choose to. At this point, we're approaching the home stretch, but we do have a few more updates to share before we close things out. With Phase 4 and the increase to level 60, players will begin having access to max level world buff effects. In Season of Discovery, we're also planning to add an alliance equivalent to Warchief's Blessing, the Might of Stormwind. As fun as it was to skulk around the crossroads on our alliance characters, hoping for a kindly priest to mind control us for a chance at Warchief's Blessing, this should make getting your world buffs a bit less cumbersome for Alliance players. As with previous phases, Discoverer's Delight will continue to function from 50 to 59, providing a 50% experience boost in that level range. We've learned a lot of great lessons about leveling, and while we want you to level a little bit faster, there's a lot of content in the 50 to 60 range, and we don't want to totally trivialize the journey in Phase 4. So having a more nominal buff from 50 to 59 makes sense. Characters from 1 through 49 will still enjoy 150% experience increase as well, so it should be super easy to get those alts caught up. Like previous level up raids, Sunken Temple will give a generous amount of XP, so running that while you're leveling could give you a good bump as well. In Phase 4, we plan to allow blacksmiths and leatherworkers to swap their profession specs for a nominal cost. This will not quite be ready for the launch of Phase 4, but we do plan to introduce it a short time later. Perhaps most excitingly, we've got major overhauls to many iconic in-game crafting recipes, with dozens of
my
recipes
God.
replaced or given a method to upgrade into even better versions of their original crafted items. First up,
Okay, so this is how it works. Shamans and druids, shamans and hunters, they start with leather and they go to mail gear, of course. And there is also a lot of mail gear that is very good for warriors. So a lot of classes gotta go leatherworking to get the mail gear that they get from leatherworking. And actually there's probably like some shamans that want to get leatherworking melee gear, some blacksmithing mail gear from the warrior or something like that. They want to mismatch. So they are gonna do this so people can get only one profession. This is just weird. I don't know. It's not a big deal either way. Fuck professions. I never did a profession in my life, but yes. I don't know. make it hard. Like if you wanna be like so crazy that you wanna go like get all the stuff like day one and get all the gear day one, and like make it costly for them. Make them level 2 professions. That's the way it should be. Okay, let's see.
Up, we've got the refined Hammer of the Titans, a two-handed mace with 2.0 speed that has a very hefty amount of feral attack.
It's literally the same amount as the one in Sunken Temple. What's the... we're gonna go here. Ancient Divining Rod. 60 more attack power. I mean, it's probably for PvP, I guess.
Power. It also retains its classic 3-second stun proc, which will now proc in druid forms. And who could forget the iconic Arcanite Reaper, newly upgraded and refined into a...
This right here is busted as all hell. Look at that 4 speed right there. So, like, if you're an Arts Warrior, Mortal Strike scales of your weapon damage. And that means that there's like a little quirk in vanilla that your weapon damage scales of attack power. It is weapon DP is your DPS with attack power, the DPS that you gain from attack power rather, sorry, multiplied by your weapon speed. Because the way that the proportionality goes, you know, if you get a slower weapon, it is reasonable that you're gonna do a bigger hit, all things equal. So going it from 380 to 4 is gonna make Arms Warriors in PvP do a lot more damage. Because they are gonna scale harder. It is not just that they get more damage, period. They scale more now. That's why I always say that if you don't control the items, you don't control the class balance, especially for warriors. Because like things like this can make a class that isn't that broken in PvP.
4.0 speed powerhouse.
Terrifying.
With improved stats and a very fancy new classicified glow. These are just 2 examples out of many iconic crafting recipes to receive major glow ups in Phase 4, so get out there and get crafting. Looking to the raid release schedule, in a departure from previous phases, we've decided to space out the unlock of raid content following launch. Azergos and Kazakh will go live 1 week after launch, with Molten Core and Onyxia the week after that. Phase 4 is going to have a ton of compelling things to do right at 60, with a lot of new and improved loot to chase. We think that this pre-raid gearing phase is one of the best parts of hitting level 60
with a
fresh character.
Oh yeah.
And giving that pre-raid best in slot process a bit of time to breathe and giving you some worthwhile goals to accomplish ahead of the raids becoming available is very exciting. Should provide you with a lot of great, satisfying gear progression leading up to those raids becoming available. With that, we are done with today's presentation. We appreciate your patience as we're working...
Alright, the Asmongold stream is over. Oh my god, that was boring. Anyway, let's go over the patch notes. Let's go complain a little bit here. Let's take a look at what's actually new, because I am like as fresh as it gets right now. Haha, get it? Fresh. So, let's take a look. I gotta close a bunch of tabs here that do nothing. There we go. And here... Let's take a look at this. And they said there was a new blue post, but I don't see it. Like, do I got the forums over here? I gotta get a new monitor. I'm going insane. Like, this is the post that they made like an hour ago. But I don't see it though. Because they said they were gonna put runes on it. Maybe he said like check the old post in the forums. Yeah, he did use the word glow up, and ironically that's... I mean, they don't write the trailer things. They shouldn't. I mean, I'm not saying they should do it. They don't. But like whoever drew that thing, he was like, oh, I'm gonna sound so base and cool in front of the Blizzard. Didn't work out. Let's see here. How do I go to the forum? There we go. Discovery. Okay. And that's it. There's no more news here. Let's see. Are those the old changes here? Yeah. This is the old change. Okay, they were referring to the changes they made last week. That's a weird wording. I was kind of hoping that, you know, they would go like show you like cooler stuff, but nope. So first of all, we're getting staggered rates. They are not gonna release everything at the same time. The expansion is coming out at July 11th. We got confirmation on that. July 11th. Hello, Jay Tello. Big shout out. Hello, Jay Tello. You guessed it right again. He guessed 3 launches in a row. I don't know how he does it. I don't know who's he bribing in Blizzard to get that information, but gosh darn. So, there we go. July 11th, we get the expansion, we get Phase 4. July 18th, we're gonna go to the world bosses. They're gonna come out in July 18th. Or Ragnaros and Olixia are gonna come out in July 25th. So that's exactly 2 weeks. This is 1 week and this is 2 weeks. We're gonna have a lot of stuff to do, my brother in Christ. Holy crap. They added 1 more boss in Molten Core. I was kind of hoping they would add 1 more boss in Onyxia. But like thinking about it a little more deeply, there's probably not enough space in the freaking raid to put a new boss on it. Like Onyxia is just like a tight alleyway and then you got the hole she lives in, you know? Sometimes I wonder how the hell does she get out of that hole? It's like she's bigger than it. You know, like I cannot fit through that hole, my man. That's what she said. Onyxia said that because she couldn't. So I think that's why she stands in the Onyxia lair, because she's trapped in it. She cannot leave. Alright, so that's the number 1 thing right there. Let's take a look at the other stuff here. There's gonna be a new lockout system called... Ever since I got my face surgery to get rid of that tumor, I get really stuttery very easily. We're gonna get a double weekly lockout. We're gonna get a Tuesday and a Saturday reset. So that's gonna mean one of the days of the lockout is gonna be 3 days, and one of the days of the lockout is gonna be 4 days, and it's gonna change in between weeks. This is awesome. I don't know why this wasn't the case before. Yes, we're gonna get like 1 less lockout every 9 days. I mean, I can live with that, but like being able to organize your raid, we had this problem in Phase 2 and Phase 1. Like we had to take 3 days aside on the week instead of 2, because there was always the possibility that one of the lockouts wouldn't match. Because like, if I recall correctly, we used to do Tuesday and Thursday and Friday in my guild. And like one of those days was never gonna be the one that we actually went to it. But we had to keep a 3rd day open just in case, because we never knew when the next lockout was gonna be. So I am so happy that now we can just say these 2 days are gonna be the lockout and that's it. I am also very happy, with a caveat, I am also very happy that they are gonna make this a double lockout. I think the 3-day lockout, but super quickly and short raid, I think that's the best way to go. I had a lot more fun in Phase 2 than Phase 3, in Phase 1 and Phase 3 too, and I think the main reason for it is not even the difficulty, it is just that Sunken Temple takes 90 freaking minutes. I am done with it. I wanna go in, spend 40 minutes at most, and go back to my stuff. There is 11 bosses in Molten Core though, so that's probably not gonna happen. Oh, is this the Alexensual refugee chat? Is this like you come here for shelter because they kicked you out? Is that it? Well, I don't know. You're welcome here, brother. I don't know. Like, have a good time here. We respect you. We recognize your existence. I don't know. I like this change. I do like this change. This should have been the way they won. It is about time they do it. I think it's amazing. I always wondered, like, why don't they do it? I thought there was like a good reason not to do it this way. I don't know, like, I gave them the benefit of the doubt of this one because I was kind of thinking, yeah, this could be weird. Maybe there's like a server issues if they do it every 4 and 3 days instead of 3 days. Maybe they want to match out with like maintenance or something. No, they don't. They don't. That's good though. Let's take a look here. There is also a new world buff. If I were to guess here, this is gonna be the equivalent of Rend, but yes, see, 15% haste. So they are gonna make a new world buff that is gonna be the equivalent of the Rend buff in vanilla. For all you that don't know, in the Horde, when you kill War Chief Rend and you do like a quest for it, you get a buff from Thrall that gives you 15% haste. It is super busted. And the Alliance didn't have it, and now they do, so that's pretty cool. I mean, like, I don't see why they shouldn't have it. They should have it. It doesn't stack. Oh, I was thinking, what if we mind control you? Because what the Alliance had to do, guys, okay? Alaundo had to do this shit, dude. He had to go into Orgrimmar. He had to get mind controlled by a friend of his that played Horde. When he was mind controlled, he could get the War Chief's blessing, because if you're mind controlled, you are technically Horde. I mean, as far as the game is concerned. So he got the buff, and then he had to get the hell away from Orgrimmar as fast as possible. Like, I don't know where he hid to do it. Like, he probably had like a hiding spot, like in the middle of nowhere, maybe like a house or something. But that's what he had to do. It was hilarious, dude. I don't know how you're supposed to do that. Maybe at like 2 a.m. or something. Very well. So I like this change. I think it should have been a thing in Season of Mastery even. I was surprised that Season of Mastery with the Chrono Boon and everything didn't actually try to put that change in the game. There is also going to be fire resistance enchantments. The reason I want to check this out is we got a lot of new gear, we got a lot of busted stuff, but I want to figure it out here. Are we going to have to get like, because it would suck. It would absolutely suck if we are all like super busted, all the new gear, and we gotta pick up like level 50 blues from actual vanilla to play because we need fire resistance. So let's take a look at that. The first enchant is gonna be the Blessed Flame Mantle of the Dawn. It's gonna be very familiar. So you get it from the Argent Dawn. And I didn't farm that rep. And Jerome told me I should farm that rep, and I didn't because I was lazy. And I will pay the consequences. This one is from Hydraxian Waterlords, and it is better. I thought it was also 20. Oh, it is better. Okay, this is a little better. It requires, doesn't say. Yeah, I don't know like the reputation you're gonna need for this. It is blue, so probably Revered. No, Exalted. Oh, this sucks. Okay, so there is 2 more enchants, and you're gonna gain 5 and 5, 10 fire resistance overall. That's what you're gonna gain if you are out there. That's probably not gonna be enough. So if I am not mistaken here, and I haven't done Molten Core Vanilla proper in a long time, you need 210 fire resistance to tank Ragnaros, more or less. I don't know, let me look it up here. God damn it. Fire resistance for Ragnaros. Okay, it says 300 is recommended. Okay, so you need 300. So 10 more fire resistance. Not gonna cut it. I sure do hope we get like a lot of new fire resistance gear. Hopefully also from Sunken Temple and the world bosses. Because it is gonna be really hard. I mean, it's very obvious that they still intend you to get it. I got mixed feelings on it. I don't know. Oh, look at that. They're gonna have like a trinket that gives you 50 fire resistance AoE. Okay, that's gonna make it a lot easier. That's good. I don't know. I would like it that fire resistance remain that thing in the game. Like it remained a necessary thing to fight Ragnaros. But I would also like it if they made it like a lot easier to get. I don't want to do like... If I gotta be in random freaking level 52 blues to do Ragnaros as a tank, when everybody else gets to have like the super busted insane gear, I'm gonna be super mad. Okay. I better get that Sulfur as first in line if that happens. Oh yeah. We can tank with Sulfuras, bro. They put attack power on it for cats and bears. Alright, let's take a look here. Where's the blue tracker? Oh, never mind. I did go there to the blue tracker. So let's take a look here. Let's see if I missed anything. Oh, they put a... I didn't look at this. Did I skip this on the video? I kinda tuned out on the video, I'm not gonna lie. It was kinda boring. They're gonna put the wild offering from dungeon bosses over level 55 once per day. Okay, so they put a cap on it. I don't think I like that. I would rather make it so there is no cap on it. No cap. Ha 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 ha. This daily login or you get punished thing, I hate it. This thing sucks. Especially if it's a daily thing. Oh my god. I'm gonna play every day. I play this game for money. I told you many times before. Like, I was gonna play regardless because I make YouTube videos, I stream. Of course I was gonna play regardless. But for the normal player, this sucks. It doesn't affect me, but this sucks. Yes, I've seen the Alex Sensual drama. It just got too complex and I am not involved in it, and that sucks. It's not nearly as fun as if I am not in it. That's the problem. I want to be part of the lore, bro. He won't let me in, though. Class adjustments haven't come out. That's odd, because like the last PTR update was on a Thursday too, and we didn't get one yet. Maybe they did say we check the forums. There's gotta be changes coming at some point. I don't know. Why didn't they just launch them at the same time? Like, come the freak on. What's wrong with you? Profession and reputation updates. Enhanced professions for Argent Dawn, Torion Brotherhood, yeah. Blacksmith and leatherworking professions will become interchangeable for a fee. Okay, I've seen this. The Nightmare Incursion change is good, but it is a phase too late, so it's not gonna matter anymore. Oh, Black Rock Eruption. Okay, I hope you liked STV. You don't like STV? Well, too bad. You got STV 2. The return, the vengeance of STV. That's what they call it. Some random pictures of Molten Core. There is no picture of the new boss. I would love to see the new boss. What could be the new boss, though, in the lore? Like, who is like a fire Ragnaros guy in the lore that we can fight? I mean, I hope we get like actual lore for it instead of like something made up, but what could be? Isn't there like a Fire Lord in Silitus that you've gotta fight for the Thunder Fury? Is it something like that? I know, fire mobs. It better not be a fire salamander. We already got like 6 bosses of that. I don't know, bro. I don't know, like, what else could it be? I'm sure they are gonna, whatever it is, they are gonna data mine the model very soon. So we're gonna find out next week probably who the boss, what, that's a better word, what the boss is gonna be. We're gonna find out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the changes. It's not a lot of new stuff here. Like the big one is the date, I guess. Ah, my nose burns. I've been having allergies all day. I was helping my mom move out, and she got black mold on a warehouse. Black mold burns. I am allergic to black mold, but the actual explanation, guys, is that I am allergic to poison, because black mold is actually literally poisonous. So that's what's happening. It burns. I am breathing acid right now. Ah, God. It's not the best day to drop one of these updates in here, bro. I don't even take medication for it because it only sports out when I am near it. I am never near black mold. That thing is poisonous. All right. Yeah, that's pretty funny. So, correct me if I'm wrong on the Alexsensual drama here. Oh my god, bro, I swear I'm born. Can you tell in my eyes? I look like I'm high. I'm not high. I am like burning. Look at my eyes, for real. I look like Snoop Dogg right now. So, correct me if I am wrong on the Alexsensual drama here. So, basically, Alodar posted his real name on Twitch, which you might say his real name is already public, but that can be interpreted as against TOS. So, he was really stupid. I think it is really exciting, though, in the sense that, at least, finally finally Alex has found an enemy, an opponent of his same intelligence level. So that's interesting. That's exciting to see, because normally when you look at Alex versus anybody else, you know who's gonna win. Whoever is not Alex, that's gonna win. But now we might see Alex win this one, okay? The writers of the anime are figuring out that, okay, we're done with the arc of the main character getting beat up, okay? He went through training, okay? He put weights on his feet and he's working out. He's trying to be the very best that ever was. And now is his time for reckoning, okay? I think that's what's happening with the anime. I don't know the writers. I cannot talk to the writers of the Alexsensual anime because I don't speak Japanese. But it's pretty interesting. We might see what happens here. What's the latest news on the Warrior? Romstein, I am not gonna lie to you, my brother. I am not gonna lie to you, my brother in Christ. I was kinda hoping there would be news for the Warrior, but there aren't. Yeah, it sucks. They said they were gonna drop changes for the runes, and they aren't there, so... I kinda went live for nothing, have I? That's not fun. Everything burns in my soul right now. I know. I mean, the changes seem reasonable. They didn't let any much more information than that. I mean, the lockout changes and the release changes, they are good changes. They are not a big deal, either of them. But it's good to know that they changed it. Especially the Onyxia lockout. That thing would have been annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until tomorrow so we can look at the goddamn runes. Probably gonna... Actually, I can't stream tomorrow. God fucking damn it. But... whenever they drop, we're gonna have to make a video on it. See you, boys. Much love. Behave. I'm probably gonna play Kenshi because my eyes are made out of pee right now. I got peed in the eyes by allergies. See you, boys.